All right. Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining in. And before we get started, Sharayu or Sudipta, whoever is going to get started, but can you just share the screen with the topic for today's session so that I can
Just a minute.
talk through it? Yes. I'll try. All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining in. I'm Parth Doshi. I work as a senior consultant at Wonderbots, and I am UiPath Mumbai chapter lead and UiPath MVP as well. So today in this session, right, we are back with one of the very interesting topics. Most of us who are there in the call right now, right, we have written if conditions, we have written nested if conditions, and during our development, we have added a lot of business conditions in many cases. And what happens, right, when you are doing development or when you are building something, it is possible that the conditions tend to change. Now, UiPath has introduced a new feature wherein you can centrally manage this. So, to know more about it, we have this session today that is about business rule. It is a preview feature, and we have Sharayu from Infosys and Sudipta from Capgemini going to talk on this particular session. So, without wasting any time, I'll just hand over the session to you guys. And if you have any questions, the attendees, please feel free to post it in the chat towards the end of the call. If you want to unmute yourself and talk, we will have that option as well. But for now, you can just use chat to ask any questions. Over to you, Sudipta.
Okay, just making sure I. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, everyone, for joining today. So, what we are going to do today is understand the Webpath's latest feature, that is business rule from orchestrator, and see how it simplifies the automation solutions and helps us to maintain them easily. So, um, here's the agenda for today. First, we are going to take a quick dip on what is business rule feature and then understand the prerequisites that are necessary to have the feature enabled for us to use. And then I will also explain it with the example that how the conventional way has been evolved and made easier with the business rule feature and how does it help us. Along with that, I will explain the best practices to utilize the business rule feature in a appropriate way. Along with that, we have the benefits of it, and then we will dip in more with a demonstration, and then we'll wrap up with the summary, and we'll leave some time for the Q&A. Okay, so talking about the business rule, so let's think about a business rule as a decision making engine inside the UiPath orchestrator. So instead of putting all the decision flows or all the rules that are there given by the business to the developers to accommodate them in the workflows, instead of having them hard coded in the automation solution, there's a centralized place to store all of them, all those decisions in one place in the orchestrator. So this is where the business rule plays a role. Okay, so when I say centralized logic and flexible updates and everything, so I will explain it how is that doable and how is it helpful as well with an example. But before that, let's just take a look at what all do we need to set this up. So first is we need the access to UiPath Cloud Orchestrator, wherein we need the business rule feature enabled. Okay. Along with that, we need to have the proper permissions to the folders, as well as the feature should allow us to create or edit or manage all those business rule files to the orchestrator, so that developer can from time to time have the update, or anyone who is managing those business rule can make changes to them, or also add in new business rules. Along with that, we also need UiPath system activities package version as 24.10.6 or higher, so that we can utilize the activity, that is evaluate business rule activity, to integrate this feature with the workflows that we are going to build the solution in. Okay, so these are all the necessary things. When we look at the examples and demonstrations, we will come across all these points again as well. So let's talk about an example. Let me just explain you how we can make this easier with it. So let's just say that there's a simple use case of a loan approval process. Okay, so in this process we have three different determining factors which decides what will be the loan application status further for a particular customer. So let's say it is, these are all inputs. So credit score, loan amount, and then the monthly salary. Okay. So the rule says that if particular customer has credit score as less than 650, then the loan application should be rejected immediately. If not, then the process should go ahead and check the loan amount. If it is greater than 5 lakh and the monthly salary is less than 50,000, then the application should go for the manual review. Otherwise, if all the conditions are met, if the credit score is more, the loan amount is less, or the monthly salary is more than 50,000, then the particular loan application would be auto approved. No need of manual review or anything else. So when we have this use case, this is a very simple use case with three conditions, right? So when we implement this using conventional way, this is how the workflow would look like. Okay. All these input dialogues are basically taking input from the user. And then we have a if condition to check the credit score. Okay, so here you can see that the same thing which I explained as a rule where credit score would be compared with the threshold value that is 650. If it is less, then immediately we are going to reject the loan application. So this is how the conventional way of having all the um, rules hard coded in the workflow would look like, right? Along with that, we also have a nested if wherein loan amount and the monthly salary would be compared with the threshold values. So after this, the loan status would be determined whether it be a manual review or it would be straight away go to the auto approval state, right? So this is a conventional way of implementing that particular use case. Use case. But then, if we do not want any logical or rules or decision making factors in the workflow, then how would we do it, right? This is where the business rule feature comes into the picture. Okay. So, whenever there will be an update or any changes in the rule, automatically developer will have to make changes to this workflow, this nested if, or um, put in more efforts to make the workflow changes. But if in case we are using business rule, I will show you how easy it is for a developer to make any updates without making any changes to the XAML. So when we implement it using rule, let me just quickly go to the orchestrator. So in orchestrator, I have this business rule feature here, and I have a business rule created wherein I'm just going to show you the details where we have a DMN file. DMN file is decision model notation file. So DMN is the format of the file which is needed for this business rule feature to be explored or utilized. So this file format is for it is like a file wherein we are going to define all the decisions that are utilized by the automation solution. Okay, so DMN file, how do we create this DMN file is through our DMN editor, wherein I am going to define all the rules. Okay, so as I spoke earlier, like we are going to have those rules defined in the structural format in the DMN format. So this is how it would look like. So based on credit score, loan amount, and monthly income, these are the threshold values and all the rules based on which we are going to determine if what will be the loan status, right? So same thing, if credit score is less than 650 without checking the loan amount and monthly income, straight would be rejected. After that, if credit score is more than 650 but then loan amount is more than 5 lakh and monthly income is less than 5,000, then it would be sent for manual review. Other than that, the positive scenario, the application would be auto approved, right? So this is how the logic looks like. So this file, once it is created, it would be uploaded here, wherein we will have the version and everything else. And once this business rule is ready, all we have to do is access it in the workflow. Now to access that workflow, access that particular business rule. Okay. To access that particular work business rule or DMN file in the workflow, all we need is this evaluate business rule activity. Okay, so first thing we are taking the input and then we are having this activity wherein I'm going to give the orchestrator folder path where I have that particular business rule stored, which is shared folder. So you can see I've given the shared folder. Then the business rule. So business rule I've given as demo here. Okay. So the same thing. Demo is the business rule name. And along with that, we have the arguments. Okay. So arguments would be like the inputs that are needed to evaluate all the things and in return whatever the output will be expected. So in a DML file here you can see that these are the inputs and then we are determining the loan status, which is an output. Okay, so this is how the structural look of that or the design of the DML file will look like. So this is the, and it will be passed on to the table, the rules where all those are stored, and then we are going to determine the loan status. So here we have it in place. Okay. So, okay. So so this is how simple it is to convert the conventional way of the code into the business rule format, right? So here what has happened, that all the logical workflow that we had in nested if and everything hard coded, all we had to do is replace it with this single activity, evaluate business rule, and all the logical stuff we have kept it in the DMN file. Okay, so here we have all the rules. So in future, let's say in case there's a change in the threshold values, let's say that credit score shouldn't be 650 but 1000, and again if there's any other determining factors which will affect the loan status, so in that scenario all we have to do is, if in case there are any changes, all we have to do is add the input columns here and then have those defined, like let's say all this would be updated to 1000, and then if in case loan amount is changed, that would be updated. Monthly income is changed, then that would be updated, and accordingly the loan status would be determined. So that is all we have to do. So this is where the business rule plays an important role. Even if I make any change to this TMN file, all I have to do is, once it is downloaded, I will upload it here in the business rule, right? And then we are set. That is all, because the workflow would be already having the access to this business rules. We do not have to make any changes to the workflow. So no redeployment of the process, anything, no logical changes. It's just the DMN file that would be updated. That's all. I hope till now all this is clear how we make the changes or anything. So I'll move on to the best practices and how we benefit from using the business rules. So when we are like utilizing this feature, okay, so best practices that we can follow is like the simple the rules that we are determining or defining in the DMN file. It is important that we do not have any dependency on each other, or we do not create any complex files wherein the logics that are given in the process that uses the logics or the business rules, it can be broken down into chunks, and then wherever possible it can be utilized. Along with that, we have the naming convention as well. Along with that, the version control as well, wherein leveraging the version control maintains the proper uh, versions, as well as we can maintain the notes according to the versions to know what has changed and when it has been updated. Along with that, we have the independency, right? Like, for example, there's one rule that has been defined. Let's say that this example that I've given, the loan application, right? So here, all those rules that were utilized, maybe all these rules are also utilized by some other process as well. So here, the scalability comes into the picture, wherein multiple processes can utilize that particular business rule and DMF file and utilize it without uh, like multiple times like having all those rules hard coded in the multiple workflows in different processes. So at single place we have the rules defined, and through there we can access it and utilize it in our processes. Talking about the benefits, faster updates, obviously, like the change in logics are accepted. We are from time to time business come back to us, to the developers, wherein the business rule changes. So it is easy to update in the DMN file and have it updated in the business rule. Along with that, centralized control, whoever has the access to the um, particular business rules can make changes and do the needful. Along with that, reduced maintenance cost and also consistency, as you can apply the same business rules across the process and ensuring the standardization. So this is where the benefits talk about. Now, when I was explaining about the example, there it was this was a very simple use case. So, if we'll take a look at the DMN file, so these rules were very straightforward. But then, based on the requirement, we do have other features of the DMN file where which are supported by UiPath, and we can have those demonstrated now. So hit policies and everything plays an important role as well. So I would like to Sudipta, you can please go ahead and explain and demonstrate all other features.
Yeah, thank you, Sharyu. I will just share my screen.
Yes.
So is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh, so as Sharyu mentioned, like for business rule, the main thing, important thing is the DMN file, right? We when we create it, so first in business, it is in the folder level, and we have the business rule. And while adding, the most important thing is DMN file. So we will just look into that, like how and where to create the DMN file according to our conditions. Okay. This is the DMN filing which you can find easily available. So here you can see this is the DMN file, and you just need to have try online. And if you have any DMN file, you can open it. So for now, we will create it. So I will click on create DMN file. So, first, so this is the decision table which by default it has. So it has one input and one output, and annotations you can add if you want, like just to for description. So for our use case, I'll be having two inputs and one output. Okay, so I will just click on the addition button, then it will click on adding. So I've just added two inputs. Okay, now here you can just name it whatever the input name you want. So for our use case, I will just have customer type. Okay, and that will be string. Okay, and next for second input will be order size, and for that I will be having int. Okay, and then I'll be having output of discount. That will be of number. Okay, so I have for now we have three data types. One is string, integer, and number. So with going ahead, we will see in the UiPath how this data type reflects. Okay, so first we'll just prepare a simple data and we'll see how it works. Okay, so for this string, you need to add like type in double quotes. Okay, and if the data type is string. So for now, I have two business category business, where if it is, let's say, within 10, order size is within 10, then we will have discount of 0.10. Then if I have private, customer type is private, and let's say order size is 5, and discount I have 0.05, and I have other 10. Okay, so this is the basic data for now I'm preparing, and we will just download it and we will see how it works. Okay, so for that just we need to download. So it will just get download. You rename it. I will just name it policy, and I will just add it. Okay, and here you just need to upload the file. So I've just uploaded the file which we have created, and I will just add it. Okay, so I've just created DMN file. I've add the business rule. So now we will just go and have the simple, input. So next step is adding the for now we have added the business rule in orchestrator. Now we need to call that business rule in studio. So right now we will write the logic for that. So first we are just having an input dialog for having the inputs. Okay, just type uh, enter customer type. Just save it. Okay, so I have two inputs. Now I will have the main activity, that is evaluate business rule. So just like Sharyu mentioned, we need to choose the folder, whatever folder we have. So now I have added the business rule in demo folder. So I will choose the demo folder, and then I'll be having, so since we have added in that folder only one business rule, so that's in there in the option, we'll select that. Okay. Yeah. So now you can see after selecting the path and rule, we will be getting the generated arguments. Okay. So we have the out argument. Okay. So again, so as you can see, the data type is decimal. So just like I told you in the DMN file, what we have done is in the it's number. So whenever the data type, if you add number, then it will be in the studio, it will be decimal. Okay. So I will just discount and save it. And have message box. Uh, so simple. I have added two inputs which I needed, and then we have the evaluation business rule, and then we have the output. Okay. So I'll just run this code. Customer type, I will add business. Order type, for now I'll add 5. Okay. So now it has an error. Okay. So what exactly that is that we, even though we provided the input, right, but here we didn't got the input. We like the business, this activity needed the input so that we can pass the values, but we didn't got it. Now this is because the one important step we needed to do while creating the DMN file is that, just stop it. Okay. So in this, after doing the decision table, the important thing is that you need to add the inputs. Okay. So if you would also click, okay, in the setting, and then if you add this input icon, this is the input one. So whatever the input you have, we had customer type. Okay. So that one. Now again, I had one more input, so I will add another one, and that is order size. Okay. So this is the one, the correct one. Whenever you are adding the input, you have to add it here over here as well. Then only the this rule works. Okay. So I will just download this, and I will again add this over here. Okay. So now let's go to the code. I will do. Okay, so I've just refreshed the argument, and you can see that I've got the uh, two inputs and output we already had. So here you can see the customer type is string and the order size is int, as we put the data type in the DMM file as integer. Okay, so I'll be adding customer type and order size, but I do know that the data type is has been saved as string, so I will just change that to int. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so now let's just run this. Okay, so customer type again business. Then I have five. Yeah. So the discount is 0.1. Now let's go through the DMN file which we created. Okay, so I had typed the business and the order size was 5, so it is within the 10. So it gives us the discount of 0.1. Okay, so now, so this was a simple use case where we had this conditions. Now let's say if we have condition of like, now let's say the customer type is business and order size is up to 10. Right now I need to put a condition where if the business, okay, again the customer's type is business, okay, and it should, if it is great, order size is greater than 10, okay, and 0.25, and the discount will be, okay, just for just an example, 0 point discount will be given as 0.25. Okay, so I will just download it and let's see what happens. Okay, so again it's downloading. Let's just add that file. Okay, we'll just update it. Okay, now again let's just run the code. This is say 15. Just a second. Okay, just a second. I will just run the code again.
So that is correct, right? Because the customer type is business, and then the order size is less than 10, which you entered as 5, right? So we expect the discount as 0.1, the
Yeah.
first rule. Yeah, so that's correct. That is what we are expecting, right?
Yeah. So the thing is, which, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. So I just wanted to have one more, show you the one more the use case, uh, that of like other. So this was the unique policy for that, where if I had the duplicate one, uh, it won't allow the duplicate inputs. Just okay. So I will just have one document file. Okay. I will just move on to other head policy. That is the first policy. So in the first policy, what is that is if you have any uh, this any other cases like same like business, and let's say you have it was like just 10, if the order size is greater than 15, and the discount is other if you're giving it. So what happens is if let's just okay if I give this also greater than 10. Okay. Okay, so right. So now I just have this one use case. Okay, so what happens is this there is business. Now this is greater than 10. Okay, we have this discount. Now the other one, let's say I have added discount and it is greater than 15, and you have discount of 0.25. Okay, so I will just download this one. So what happens now, we try the input as business, and then I will have the order size of 11, so which it will satisfy the condition number 1 and also condition number 4. Okay, so in that case we will just see what the output will come. Okay, so I've just downloaded that. I will just add that business. So business, and then I'm adding 11. Okay. Okay. In this case, so I have added 11, so the discount is 0.11, 0.1. So what it exactly did was that it checks the customer type is business and the order size is 11, so which is it satisfied this as well greater than 10, and it has given the discount of this. It didn't went into the second column, third or other columns. Wherever it got the uh, it satisfied the condition, it gave us the output. That's it. So even the first order is the same. Hit policy first, if you go, is the same if you have the same condition, and whatever the condition is approved matches, it will give the first approved output. Okay, first condition matches, it gives that particular output. Now then we have the other policy, that is any policy. Okay, so in that I have. Okay, so in this what is any policy is that if you can have multiple condition, like multiple input condition, but of that output should be unique. Okay, so let's just say that here you can say that there is age. So within 25, the income, if the income is greater than 15,000, then the loan decision will be approved. Similarly, same for age 25, the income is greater than 20,000, then the loan decision will be again approved. Okay, so we have like this within the 30 age, we have this income, then it will approve. Greater than 40 income within 90,000, then it will be get rejected. So this all kind of things. Okay, so now in this, so basically if I put 23, which is again it will satisfy this both condition, and if I have let's say 25,000, so again it will be satisfying this both condition, and you can say the output will be approved as we have the same output. Okay, but So we will just see this example, and we will see if what happens if this both outputs are different, then what it's going to be happening. Okay, so the basically it should be like I can have multiple uh, uh, conditions, but I have to make a point that output should be same, otherwise it won't work. Okay, so for this I have an example. So where I'll be having the age and the income, and it's just log message, and then we are having the business rule, where I have it's in the share drive, and we have that DMN business rule we are calling it, and then we have the arguments. Okay, where there is both are integer, and we have one string output. So I will just run this. Yeah. So the age, let's say I've put 23 and 25,000. So yeah, the decision is approved. Okay. So now let's just see the example. What if I put like age? If age is 20 within 25 and the income is greater than 15,000, it will be rejected. Okay. So now with this, I'm going to try the input of 23 again. The age is 23 and the income is 25,000. So what happens? It will satisfy the both condition, but we have both different output. So at that time, let's just check what exactly how this hit policy works. I'll just download. Okay. I have the any policy. Okay. I've updated. So we should be good because there is no updation of argument and everything. And I've added the same shared any policy. So I will just run the code. It's 23. Yeah. So so in this case, you can see the any hit violation has an error. Okay, so so we have violated the any hit policy. So basically, so this is to make you understand that like this is how any policy works. So if you have multiple condition, and but you need to make sure that output should be same of that multiple condition, then only you can use any policy. Okay, so that's why here, as you can see, it satisfied the both condition, but we had different output, so that's why I have an error. Okay. So now the other we will look into other hit policy, that is collect sum. Okay. So in that, now it's very basic that if we are just having one input and one output. Okay, So both data types are again integer. So if you it's just that if yours in company is greater than 1, greater than 2, 3, 5, you will have this bonuses. Okay, so I will just run this code, and let's just say if I have an input here like 4 years, right? Then it will satisfy this one, that greater than 3, right? And what it will do, it will take addition of this bonuses, right? So it will have 100 plus 200 plus 300, so it will give us a bonus of 600. So basically collect sum is that whatever we have a condition, it will met, and it will do the addition of that uh, output. Okay, I will just stop this. So now I have already have the code. So it's the same. Now again we have the input for how many age at company, and then we have a log message for that, and then we have the activity, evaluate business activity, and there we have the arguments where for one is the input for yours, and then it will be the bonus. Okay, so I will just debug. Okay, so I will have 4 years. So this is how it works. So if you do 4, the bonus is 600. So basically, these are some basic hit policies, uh, uh, which you can work on when there is an addition. You can work on collect any, and there is unique as well. And even if you would see the um, first can also be you can also use the first hit policy as well, where again you can have multiple conditions over here, right? And it would just see the different inputs, uh, like it will just check what is the first input it matches, it will give you the output. Okay, so this is the basic hit policies. And right now the UiPath, this business evaluate activity, supports only output as just boolean, integer, number, string. That's it. It won't support collection of string, list, or anything. So we could just have the decisions, simple decisions, based, expecting only one data type. So. So this was it as part of demo. Some of the hit policies. If you have if you have anyone have any queries or any other use cases that we can try.
Thanks, Sudipta. Thanks, Shreyu. So, guys, any questions? You can post it in the chat window. We can discuss. I think that's it. Thank you, everyone. So we'll close this call then. Thank you for joining. Is there any public place? There is one question from MI. Is there any public place where you could learn about DMN? Sudipta, did you find any references for this that you can share, or you did it by everything by yourself?
Yeah, we so few things here and there. We have few documentations. Let me just check if I have it handy. But otherwise, things are also self-explanatory on the DMN site as well. I'll just share the link for DMN site as well, editor site.
Yeah, please
Sudhita, if you
post
have
the
it, you
URLs
can
in the
also.
chat window.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I will just post it.
Miguel, feel free to connect with us. If you have any scenario, we can discuss. Outside of this call as well, and try to have business rules created. Yep, Sudipta has pasted one URL. Yeah, Ankit, go ahead. What's your question? You won't be able to do that. Let me do it. Yeah, Ankit, you can talk now.
Thank you, Parth. Just one question, Parth, related to this DMN. Let's suppose that if you give this access to the business users, wherein in future they want to just update the business rules. Okay, is there any way by which we can identify that this has been modified by X user or Y user, and any kind of version update automatically happens when we update this DMN?
As far
Just
as
to
I know, version update is there whenever you change anything in the businesses, right? You have to upload the new version of the file. So every time if you see that version gets updated automatically in the orchestrator. But
right.
who has done the changes or something like that, that you can find out from the audit trail of the orchestrator.
Okay. Okay, got it. So that it will be easier to identify that this person has
Yes,
changed the business rules, and that is why the new changes has been,
correct.
how the business
What
operations have
has
changed.
changed in the file that audit trail may not show you, but audit trail will
Hmm.
show you, who has modified it.
Right.
But adding to that, like in business rule, right? You can see the versions. Just let me show you. So there you can just compare. You can download the DMN file and you can see what differences have made.
Right. So basically, let's suppose that I have the DMN file version 1.0. So I
Hmm.
cannot simply go and update directly, right? I mean, I have to download it, I have to edit it,
Yes,
then I have to upload it
Yeah,
new, right?
yeah,
correct,
yeah.
correct. That is
That's
how
what.
it
But
is right
initially,
now, but we can
yeah.
expect some changes from UiPath as well in future.
Yeah, I mean, as of now, it is like that.
Yes, it is
Obviously,
like that.
as far as the
Correct,
product will grow, we'll definitely see the changes.
correct, correct. So Miguel, for your question, for AI tool, you can check, whether ChatGPT can help because I tried few things with ChatGPT and I do got DMN file for what I was looking for it. So you can try any such AI tool that can generate DMN files for you as per your requirement, and then you can work on it more, uh, to make it work for your requirement, suitable to your requirement.
Okay, thank you. I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you, Ankit.
Thank you, everyone.
Uh, I hope that's it then. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining the call. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Sudipta. Thanks, Sharayu.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.